Yes, y'all. Welcome into episode 262 of the Dumb Marks podcast. It's your boys, your favorite Saturday brunch bunch, back at it again. The fearsome foursome is live and in living color, breaking everything down that was the week in pro wrestling as far as Mount Rushmores and mushes of the week. Gentlemen, Chris got his full-fledged Halloween colors on for today. Donald got the Tennessee scarf on. Big matchup going into Kentucky later on tonight. Jason in his typical white woman t-shirt. We are back. How's everybody feeling?
That's Jason's Halloween costume right there.
This is giving off SS Pumpkin vibes.
Yeah. Nah, how's everybody doing? Everybody good?
Everybody's doing good.
Yes. Yeah, doing good. Mm-hmm.
Good. Nothing. Anything exciting happened during the week?
Yeah, a lot of stuff. We'll talk off camera about it, but
oh boy. Oh boy. Love these chats.
Well, look, we got some predictions for you today. Halloween Havoc is tonight. So NXT's Halloween Havoc. We'll break down the card, discuss some of the stuff from Tuesday night. Unless you guys have anything on your Mount Rushmore or mush from Tuesday, we can save it for the NXT talk there. But last week we brought up the AI conversation in pro wrestling, right? And not to insult my artificial intelligence, which is the title for today's show, but there's some things that happened this week where it's like, okay, you definitely asked AI a prompt for that. So given the landscape,
something tells me they've been using it and it's just now known.
Look, I mean, to me, like I said last week, AI is it's gonna come into all sectors of business, regardless of where you're at. Right? It doesn't matter if you're in live sports and entertainment, if you're in the corporate world, if you're a tradesman, you can use AI as far as keeping your books straight and everything else. Like there's responding to client inquiries, et cetera, right? So like it's not gonna, you cannot have it included in your business. It has to be there.
Yeah.
Now, where pro wrestling gets funny is, do you really go the full AI route and have actual storylines based off of prompts that you're asking, and then the things go bad, you put the blame off on AI, which doesn't seem right because you're going to get more flack, I would think, from using AI and then blaming AI versus if you just wrote a crappy storyline, right? Like, not everything's going to be a home run. We know this. It's just the ebbs and flows of pro wrestling. But realistically speaking, in your guys' opinion, what are some of the positives and negatives as far as AI being brought into the fold in a professional wrestling aspect?
I think
Storyline-wise, go ahead. Storyline-wise, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jason. Go. You go.
Storyline-wise, as long as it's monitored, I don't mind it being in there. I can see it being used in like the graphics, the business side of it, and everything else. But like storyline-wise, as long as you have somebody final say reading through everything, I don't mind using AI because it can pick up things that people miss. If you like the day-to-day people miss, don't remember. So.
Yeah, that was going to be my thing. I was like, if you don't have nothing to go on, you can just type in something for AI just to give it like a brainstorming process, just like a quick idea or something. Then you can fill in the details of it. So something like that, not full-fledged storyline writing. Like, no.
But also, you got to insert every factor. You have to make sure you cross every T and dot every I. Like if we were saying, like you were saying last week, they had a story about Bobby Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
You got
allegedly.
You got to cross those T's and dot those I's.
Like you could even put it in the story. Something that might be able to help them out is like whatever the summary is that they basically have for it, and then you could kind of ask ChatGPT to kind of break it down maybe a week and like what best like this week, next week, kind of like the following storylines, because that seems to be some of their weaknesses, is the development of stories week after week.
I think there are benefits to the formatting aspect, Chris, and laying out the shows. I think production, it could be used in that regards, for like audio purposes, etc. Video editing, vignettes.
Mhm.
I think that could be used.
Let's not go into video editing.
Well, I mean, you saw them floating around last week, all the matchups in WWE 2K, in that regards. But I think where I see the benefit of it is using it to gauge, and even though they say they don't listen to fans, but gauging your criticisms, your critiques, the feedback, right? Like setting it up for to filter through social media based on hashtags, based on posts, right? To get an understanding and a pulse for what's working and what's not working. And then you can adjust accordingly based off of that. I've never bought into the fact that they don't listen to fans. Do they book the show solely for fans? Some companies do, but you have to listen to your fans to some degree, or else you're not going to have fans. Like that's just it's the nature of the business, right? Like as far as pro wrestling is concerned, other pro sports is different because it's a team, and although there's probably AI in there drawing up some prop bets for Terry Rozier that didn't hit because he left early, but it's a whole nother conversation topic there. So we'll see if the FBI raids the Stamford, Connecticut offices for DraftKings props because Randy Orton didn't hit 3 RKOs in a match. In that regards there. But I do think there's some positives that they can utilize it for to break down the data that comes in, right? Because it's such a huge production and there's so many different avenues as far as fan engagement. You have to be able to pull that data in to understand the data, to tell a story with the data in order to maybe enhance the product, certain storylines, etc.
And then again, this is the IWC we're talking about. We're going to shit on everything, no matter what. Everybody else has introduced AI.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to shit on it. That one thing going on, rap.
Until one story is great, and they'd be like, "Who wrote that?" Oh, AI wrote that. Oh, that's the best thing ever.
But I mean, if you think about it, WWE was 20 years ahead of this AI curve when they had the general manager of Raw.
Yeah,
like that was AI. That was AI before AI was even birthed. I mean, they were so far ahead of the curve.
Oh, so we're gonna be doing this shit again?
Hey, as long as Mike Adamley's not out there reading off of the computer screen for what the anonymous GM has sent over,
and I quote,
and I quote.
Now we'll just be up on the Tron. The video GM will show, and let me holler at you, player.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, this is just another way to work people, in my opinion. Like you're
never thought of that.
You're gonna have a bunch of reports. That story was AI. This was AI. They asked that. They did that. Like it's just gonna even blur the picture more, and pass buck or pass blame when something's not working, etc. But I don't see it replacing the creative team or replacing entrances and all that. Like
not yet, at least.
No, but you can utilize it for that. Like
that's a helper tool.
Put in a wrestler's description, everything else. Like how
I don't know, like how much have you guys used AI really? Like
I use it just about every single day at work.
Never used it.
I just used it. Yeah. I just use it for like graphics and all that stuff. So just to come up with something.
I think the ones I've used it, then how imperfect this still is. Still in the infancy, and it's like I think that's where they might start incorporating it now, and then as it, grows larger as a thing, and depending on the system that they're using, can be a little more perfect. I think that's when you'll see more get implemented.
Yeah, I mean, 5, 7, 10 years from now, if we're still doing this podcast, I think this AI conversation is a whole different discussion at that point in time.
I most definitely will be replaced by AI.
There will be a show that's probably all AI.
A Jason Coachella hologram. It's just...
Yeah. We'll have El Clone of Jason. The evil Jason will be
like women.
Still on the beach in the sweatsuit.
In a sweatsuit. Yep. All right. So let's get into some other stuff here. Last night, did I know, Chris, you said you didn't watch SmackDown. Did Donald, Jason, did you guys catch SmackDown?
Yes, I did.
All right. So let's have a little conversation here, because I saw something last night which impacted something that I watched earlier in the week. So for, I believe, Monday after Raw, Killer Cross dropped another documentary called One Big Work. And it's about an hour and a half long. Goes into him giving his breakdown of the situation that happened in a way that I absolutely loved. I've watched it 3 or 4 times. I've taken away something different every single time I've watched it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dedicated.
It's over. I think it's well over 1 million views on YouTube. So the first documentary that he put out right after he got released, or day of release, I think was around like 500,000 views. The second documentary was 850, and now he's over 1 million with this third documentary as far as views. Total subscribers to the channel is way up, etc. But to tie in to current day wrestling and what happened last night, anybody watch the new entrance for Zelina Vega and Aleister Black?
I saw the candles and I looked away. I was in my phone.
I did see it. Yeah.
Okay. So if you watch the documentary and you've seen that last night, in my opinion, that was a direct middle finger to Cross and Scarlett, because it's literally Cross and Scarlett 2.0.
Yeah.
Outside of, the Big Crow flopping in and Scarlett coming through Carrion's legs at the end in the ring. Like, and I absolutely hate it for Zelina and Aleister, because the comparisons were drawn immediately online. That's all you saw. And there was even "We Want Cross" chants in the arena last night because of it. And it's like, Zelina and Aleister are their own thing.
Yes,
they're trying to do something to incorporate them on screen as a married couple. I have high hopes for what they can do based on what those two are, and some of the stuff. If you watch them outside of WWE, what they do and how they interact, they can have a very strong presentation on screen between them two. But the immediate comparisons were like, what are we doing? Like, you're shackling these two by comparing them to 2 other people that are no longer in the company, who just dropped a documentary that had over 1 million views, who the fans see what's on screen and are immediately chanting for the guy that left the company because you didn't resign him. Like, it's like, I don't understand.
Tone deaf.
I don't understand the vision. Like, if you're doing it as a way to give Cross and Scarlett the middle finger even more, one, that's like petty for no need, and 2, you're hurting.
Yeah, don't do it at their expense.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
if it doesn't get over, then it's their fault, not necessarily the talent's fault.
And not to mention that, but you put Aleister in the open challenge to Ilya Dragunov for the U.S. title
It's dumb.
after Ilya just won it the week before, and you end
Nobody
the
ain't gonna
match.
lose.
You end the match by having Damian Priest cost Aleister Black the match by coming out. Aleister gets distracted. Ilya hits his finisher. Match over. Aleister loses. So you gave this brand new character with his wife, who's also a tremendous character. We've seen Zelina from the time she was in NXT with Andrade all the way through, who are both over with the fans. You gave them an entrance that was befitting two other people no longer with the company. You put them in an open challenge match to a new champion that just won the belt last week, which means there's no shot in hell he's winning that match. Then you make him look even weaker by costing the match with Damian Priest, who's come out, and that feud is going nowhere.
Yeah.
So when you look at the package last night for what they did, it's like
You blew it.
you're burying the talent before they even have a chance to get started.
Sounds to me like that's exactly their plan with him. He's gonna be the one jobbing it on Friday nights now.
Since they draw the head there.
Like, it was just baffling to me. SmackDown overall last night was just a lot of what the hell are we doing? And it was much more akin to Dynamite with what the hell are we doing? Raw, I thought, was probably the best show of the week out of all of them. But I just don't like. It's not a go back episode and rewatch, Chris. So, like,
Oh, I won't be.
by all means,
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
Like if you just watch for like Dragunov's matches. That's about it. The matches are great, but everything else was.
and then on top of that, they just posted before we came on, and this is where the work shoot aspect comes in. But they just posted Tiffany Stratton is being evaluated for a knee injury, and her match is now up in the air against Jade at Saturday night's main event, depending on the knee injury. And then somebody posted a clip of Jade attacking Tiffany outside, and Tiffany's leg was on the steps.
Mhm.
And Jade, the way that she comes down on her knee, you could see how an injury could happen.
Okay.
But you also don't know if like Jade just did it that well to make it look that way. Are they working us again?
No.
You had Seth with a knee injury that was a work. Now you have Sol Ruka with a knee injury that's somewhat of a work or a shoot. I don't know. She gave up one title, but she's still holding the speed title. And now Zarya and Blake, and we'll get into that later. But it's
Yeah.
just like, what is
That's
going
dangerous.
on?
Same
What is
thing.
going on right now? For the company that allegedly works way safer than AEW, their injury list is growing by the second.
The injury list in general across wrestling right now is pretty crazy.
Need to bring back those house reps.
I don't know, but I just thought it was interesting, and I could be way, looking into things way deeper than what they actually are. If this is 20, 30 years ago and I seen that, then I'm definitely going, oh yeah, that's Vince giving a middle finger. I don't know if Triple H is that petty, but
Bruce
Road
Butcher
Dogg,
might be.
Road Dogg supposedly running SmackDown as head of creative, so you never know with him, and that could be the reason why it's been as bad as it has been recently.
Or it's AI.
Or it's AI. Or it's AI.
Who could make SmackDown worse, Road Dogg or AI?
All right. So with that being said, I'll save a couple other quick hitters for later on. Do you guys have any topics that you want to bring up to open to the floor for discussion before we get into these Mount Rushmores and mushes?
We can get into it.
Nope. All right. So since we kind of started off with the shit sandwich that was SmackDown last night, let's just continue on with the rest of the mushes this week. What were your guys' mush of the week? I'll go bottom. We'll go counterclockwise. So, Jay, what was your mush of the week this week?
Came in late. It had to be the Jade Cargill turn. Not the turn itself, but just to set up a match next week. And now you're saying it's supposed to be a work. So I'm not sure. But it was my mush to have that turn and then have a match next week. Like, build off this. Don't give me a match that next week and have no story to it.
Oh, that's WWE now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, hopefully they will do that. If this injury is, say, a work, that'll give them some time to build up on the story, and then maybe start it off like for Cena's Saturday Night Main Event.
So Jade, yeah, squeeze.
Coincidence?
Coincidence? Absolutely not. Planned it accordingly. I tried to align it with Roman's return, but he's going to be out till Christmas. At least that's what he told the Usos. So couldn't wait that long. But to your point, Jason, Jade last night tweeted out, "Don't ask me why. Ask why it took this long. That wasn't a turn. That was my takeover." So she's saying, "Look, I'm done waiting. I'm just going to start taking it now. I'm just going to take it." But there was somebody did post a video, and I forgot to flag it to give credit. But it was a clip, and I don't even remember when it took place. It had to have been a couple weeks ago. But there was a clip of a backstage segment with Jade being interviewed with Kathy Kelly, and Kiana and Julia come in, and Kiana gave Jade the business card. Said, "Hey, hold on to this." And that was the supposed thread through last night to where this is the done deal that Kiana has been saying is in the bag, was Jade aligning herself with Kiana and Julia. Now, if you're going to
dangerous alliance,
if you're going to run those three together, I don't mind that as a power group within the women's division. You got the U.S. Women's Champ and the Women's Heavyweight Champion. But I don't think Jade necessarily needs a mouthpiece. I think Jade can talk. It's just, can she talk in the promo style that WWE does? Because AEW, she was fine. She could get away with a lot more on AEW. So
she talked very little. It was very minimal whenever she did. That's for the best, but they don't like to do that in WWE.
Look, the Jade title reign has been planned for a while now, and it's been in different spots, and certain things have derailed it, whether it's injury, time off, etc. I think we were inevitably going to get to this point where she wins the belt from Tiffany. Doing it at a Saturday night's main event, I don't know if that works. Coming off of a 1 week heel turn, like Jay said, with no build, no story,
and if she's injured, like Jade's dominant, like make her be dominant in the match. Like don't make it so if injured.
So if Jay goes out there next week on Saturday night's main event and squashes Tiffany in 10 seconds, are you gonna say, holy, like this is something different? We're now in the era of Jade. Or are you gonna go, Tiffany can't wrestle, injury, they had to write it this way, and it automatically diminishes what Jade does? Like, they're in a lose-lose situation here with this.
To me, it automatically diminishes because you gave Kiana James too much offense in that match last night. As much as I love Kiana James, she was taking Tiffany Stratton to the limit, and that's your mouthpiece.
Yeah, I that was some confusing booking in that regards as well. Like, I don't know, man. They just seem lost. Like it's Vince Russo says all the time that Triple H is the king of pops, and he's booking for the pops. So if we go into Saturday night's main event and you get Jade winning the belt, you're booking to a pop, or in this instance, it might be booze, but you're not doing anything to enhance the loss. And Tiffany coming off a 200-some day reign to give the rub to the person taking over. Like, it's a lot of discombobulated shit right now in a lot of aspects.
Other than Bianca coming back, if that happens, who do you have to throw at her?
On the SmackDown side, you don't have another babyface unless
you run back Tippy Town.
Nope. You go Charlotte Flair. Charlotte is over as a babyface with Alexa. This tag team has worked. I said it months ago when they first formed this. This was the full court Charlotte Flair babyface press run. This was what they were doing to get her over as a face. Now you planted
shows up
the
on
seeds.
Dancing with the Storms.
Yeah. Now last night you planted seeds with Nia stepping in and trying to cause some dissension between Alexa and Charlotte based off of Nia's past relationship with Alexa.
Mhm.
If you're going to really run this, I said it before, to make Charlotte the true babyface, Alexa has to be the one to turn on Charlotte. So if you get Alexa to turn on Charlotte, tag team belts go elsewhere. Charlotte is your babyface that would essentially be there for Jade. And that could be a money match based off of that standoff we had when Jade first signed.
Yes.
Long term.
That could be your WrestleMania match.
Thanks, you have AI.
Feels good to have the pencil back in the hand. I'll tell you what, boy. Feels good. Writing it down, putting it out there. But you can't have Jade lose next week.
No.
You can't. That's what I said. It's a lose-lose.
They can.
We'll see next week.
I'm going with the they can.
All right. Anything else on Jay's Mush of the Week? Chris, what do you got?
Where do I go with this? Me? Am I the problem? I don't know. AEW. Wrestle Dream was what it was. And all it made me reflect on to was a year ago at Wrestle Dream, whenever Mox beat Bryan Danielson, I was just like, do I step away now? And it's like a year later, AEW still hasn't given me shit. So I talked about it. WWE, I stopped. It's been weeks since I've watched any of the Raw and SmackDown programming. AEW got cut this week. Like 3 shows gone.
And TNA's not on TV right now.
TNA's not on.
So it's your turn to take the sabbatical from the podcast.
It might be. Because it's not getting better for any of them.
No.
So this week we'll get into my Mount Rushmore and what I watched. But like any of those programmings, I didn't miss it this week at all. It's like I have other stuff that I've put to the side to watch, for a later date that I'm catching up on. Just like I'm more entertained by this stuff than actually tuning in to watch wrestling. And that's a big problem for me.
I think the issue with AEW this week was pay-per-views are supposed to be the culmination and the end. And your next week's programming is supposed to be the beginning.
Yeah.
They didn't do that. They carried over almost every single feud that they had on the Wrestle Dream card. You had Takeshita and Okada back to the facing off, and the Don Callis family looking, oh my God, Takeshita's here. This dude's been in the back with you for 2 hours and 55 minutes. Like, how are you shocked that he showed up? Right?
That was part of my blush.
You still have Darby and Mox going back and forth with this whole Death Riders and surviving AEW, and Darby talking about, oh, if I die on Mount Everest, it's not bad PR for the company, blah, 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 blah. You have that. You have the Demand coming out and costing the Hurt Syndicate a match against the Ops, and that's still going on. Like, you have all these things that were supposed to end at the pay-per-view. Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher are still a thing after 5 matches. 5 too many.
I'm getting so tired of the conglomeration. And
now the conglomeration's entrance, the 90s TV-esque entrance for them, the theme and the Tron and the video, I love that. Don't get rid of that. That's a bright spot. That's nostalgia 101. Your Beverly Hills 90210s, your Martin, so on and so forth. Like, I love that. But the group itself, yeah, I don't need them. They mean nothing. But it's just like you can't. And this is why when you look at the numbers, somebody had it out here, and I'm going to pull it up to give credit, even though I don't know how reputable of a page this is or a source. But AEW, since they started till now, and this is from the death of AEW, so it's a hater account. But
that makes sense.
But AEW, since it started 6 years ago to now, has had a 67% drop in audience. You cannot survive.
Okay. No, I think they're probably judging it off the initial. I think you have to kind of compare it to after that, those first few weeks, whenever it kind of settled in. Like, I could see that, but it's probably it might still be like a 40 or 50% audience drop. But
yeah, you're still looking at 40. You're still looking at 50%. Like, losing 50% of your audience in a 6-year span is not good business.
I mean, you can see it in their attendance too. Their pay-per-views hold up, but their weekly TV doesn't.
So it's just like, book for your core fan base all you want. You have to grow or you're going to die.
Yeah. And they're not going to die because they're just going to keep pumping the money into it. But it's just going to get to a point where they got to make a change.
So I understand why you are where you are.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the other thing that's hurting AEW is you have, like, all your top stars are out. You don't have your headliners. You have a couple.
I was gonna say they still have some that they can
But
easily.
Omega's in and out. He's on a Roman schedule due to health issues. MJF is off right now. Osprey's out. Swerve is out. You know, Wardlow came back and was out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't. Where are you going? Who are you propping up?
Yeah.
Jay White's supposed to come back. He teased a couple tweets this week, and
he's constantly in and out too because of injuries.
Yeah. Young Bucks are on an awful storyline with this money match again.
So I'm not mad at where your feelings are at.
No, I'm just mad. Across the board almost. It's not even just AEW. It's like, just do better. All of you. Just do better.
Quote of the week.
Donald?
For mine, I have 3 of them, but they're very, very small, so they can all be lumped into one. So I'll just go through them real quick, and we touched on a lot of them. The Callis family, something got to go up with them. I can't see them every week posing all the time.
14 members.
Damn.
14 members.
Mm-hmm. I talked about it the last couple of weeks. Like, I can't have them every week posing like they did on Wednesday too. Like, they're the Toretto family from Fast and the Furious. We got to stop with that. My next one is the MFT. I can't take them serious with the face paint on. They look like the Dead President's movie and Insane Clown Posse. I cannot take them serious.
Seems like a lot of people are talking about that.
Yeah,
Tails gonna get roasted every week. He just don't fit in face paint.
No, he don't fit at all.
But that was Gorillas of Destiny in New Japan.
New Japan, not WWE. I can't take it here. But my main mush is I'm tired of seeing Kiana and Julia just fed to like the top stall on SmackDown, like the Tiffany and the main event contenders. Like, that's not helping their growth at all to me. Like, they need to get put in better storylines, especially Julia. She's the US champ. Haven't done anything. I mean,
yeah, there was a lot of comparisons this week as far as Stephanie, Bakir, and Julia, and those two coming in at the same time, and the steam around those two, and the takeover that those two were supposed to have versus where each of them are at right now currently. And unfortunately for Julia, I think she drew the short straw by being thrown on SmackDown. I think there's, if you flip-flop the two, do you have different results? Who knows? That could be debated. But I really think her being on SmackDown has hurt, and them not having a plan for her winning the U.S. title.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
are we going to say that
she was
too?
But hold on, if she was going to be a heel, why not just have her go in and take the belt off Tiffy? You keep Tiffy a face longer because now she has somebody to battle up against. And you can have Julia be the dominant Julia that she was coming into the WWE. Sliding her into this U.S. title role does nothing for it because they're not using her to build up the title. Chelsea Green talked about this herself a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like that title needs to be built and established now to develop a heritage to make it mean something. And they're doing it like they did the women's tag titles after they first announced those.
And what have you done with the past two champions? Chelsea Green's doing nothing. She's running around collecting Secret Harvest members. Zelina Vegas is she's an entrance now.
Yeah.
Champion.
Yeah, like there's no middle. Like there's no middle women's roster at all in SmackDown. Like you said, Jason, they're either in that order being thrown in tag matches.
And the best stuff they were doing with Chelsea afterwards was with Ethan, and that seems to have stopped. Like they were actually on something there that could have made money, and I mean, she was the best champion so far, Chelsea. Like no one's been able to touch her on that yet.
But that's the credit to Chelsea being the performer that she is.
She made the title feel like it was something.
Yeah.
Like kicking it off. And with that statement, nobody else has been able to do that yet.
It's a lot of yuck right now.
Yeah.
So for as bad as the week that was in pro wrestling, and there were a lot of mushes to pick from, I'm going outside of the quote unquote present. And I'll tie this into one of Donald's favorite things, Halloween. So this week, my algorithm on YouTube, for some reason, continuously popped up full WCW events from the past. Okay. And so the other night, I'm up, can't sleep. I throw on Bash at the Beach 95. Flair Savage, Hogan Vader. And I'm all pumped to watch it.
How bad was that?
Better than what's on TV now.
Probably.
Bro. First off, thank God graphics have evolved since 95. Because
quality.
This shark that they rolled across the screen to kick off this Bash at the Beach.
I remember that shark.
Looked like a 4-year-old drew it. It was absolute ass. And then the first match is Sting versus Ming for the TV title. And they do this video package on Ming. And it is the most generic voiceover package on Ming ever. Talking about how he was, this Tibetan Mongol killer. It was just terrible. Coming out with Colonel Robert E. Parker. Like, it was just And then you see the shot, and they're just in the middle of a beach with a ring and tents and all these people around. And then it hit me. They got no money for the event. There's not, you're not having people buy tickets. It's the same thing that they did with Hog Wild up in Sturgis. Yeah. It's a free event. If you're there, come on in.
Yep.
Watch wrestling for 3 hours. And it's one of those things
with
where
spring break out.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you go back, and Donald, you do you can do this with horror movies from the past, right? Like, does it hold up today? Is it as good as you remember? You can do it with a lot of movies, right?
Yeah.
Like me and my daughter watched Poltergeist last week, and I'm like, oh, that's nowhere near as good as I thought it was whenever I saw it whenever I was younger. Like that's actually really bad, like really bad. But that's, you know, a decade earlier from 82. This was 95. Like absolutely the drizzling shit. And my mush of the week, no wonder why they went out of business as quickly as they did. Because you can see all of the things.
Now you know that wasn't the reason why.
Bro, it was so bad. But when you compare it to some of the stuff today,
had Nitro started with that yet, or was that after?
So Nitro was,
that was 95.
I don't remember when.
Was that September 95?
I think September. Yeah, I
So
think
yeah, that
fall.
was right before it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it would have been.
So they were right there as they were about to change production. So that was like Saturday nights, you know, WCW Saturday Night was the main show and all that.
Yeah, it was just like, bro, like, you talk about just bad watch. Taquan, if you want that sentiment to get off the screen, I got bad news for you, brother. Not gonna happen. But no, it was my mush because I was so excited to just go back and watch something old that I remember a certain way. And then whenever I got done watching it, I was mad that I wasted 2 hours and 47 minutes of my life. And I should have cut it off midstream, but I was like, it can't get worse. And then something else happened. And then something else happened. It's like,
then it becomes a car crash.
Yeah. But now it's all like they're all over. I got Fall Brawl 91. I got them all on the timeline now. And I'm like, do I watch these to see if they're as bad as that one was? Or do I just leave it at one and not go back into the fold again?
When the network started, I don't remember what year it was. I think it might have been 91, the Halloween Havoc Chamber of Horrors match. I was just like, oh, I got to go back and see if this is as bad as people talk about it. And I mean, it was, but just like, that was like one of those early WCW events that I remember watching too, like as a kid. And it's just like, you get that nostalgic out of it too at the same time.
No, but did you know who produced all those shows back then? AI.
That's why the shark looked the way it did.
Yeah, it had 3 fins instead of 1.
It wasn't AI, it was Al. Al's the one that produced that.
They're not ready for me yet, brother.
Yeah, and oh my God, was just Hogan just pushed to the freaking oh, it's disgusting. Like, if he didn't join the NWO, Hulkamania would have definitely died, because by the time that turn came, he was so beyond repair as Hulk Hogan. It was just god awful.
That was still late 80s Hogan, still going to the mid 90s.
Oh, just absolutely ass. All right, so those were our mushes of the week. Let's get into Mount Rushmores here. Jay, what's your Mount Rushmore this week?
I got a 1A and 1B. 1B is Maxine again. She's improving much better.
Yes, Allen Iverson is on the creative team. Taquan.
Maxine is improving. The match was great with her and Becky. Even her promo afterwards was great. I want to see what they do with her. Well, my Mount Rushmore is AJ and call him AJ Lee, AJ and Dragon versus
Dragon style. Dragon style.
That was a good ass match, and like the way it was going, I was like, okay, what if they change belts what if they change every belt this week or on Raw? I thought that's the way it's going. Like, I thought Dawn was going to lose. I thought Becky was going to lose, but they kept it the way it is. But yeah, that match to me was solid. I enjoyed it. I want to see where they go with this. Give Dragon something other than being the LWC.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I just hate that it's like the last 2 tag team champions were actual tag teams that you did nothing with. The New Day coming off of probably arguably one of the greatest heel turns that we've seen in recent memory. Had the belt for 100 days and did nothing with them. Judgment Day won the belts here in Pittsburgh, becoming a face team by beating the New Day. Had the belts for 100 days and had one title defense and then dropped the belt.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now the team that beat them is a thrown together mixed match of 2 individuals that just teamed up 2 weeks ago on Raw. So it's like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Thanks, AI.
Match was great.
See what
Love
team
the
name
match.
they can do.
I'm going with Dragon Styles.
Okay, so yeah, okay.
You know, Double Dragon. I'm going off of the old Nintendo NES vibes there. So we'll go with Dragon Styles.
Is this going to be like 90s where like every week they come out with a different team name until one sticks?
Or maybe, who knows?
That's quote of the week.
Somebody put that up there.
I'm not going to read it, but you can't not.
Well, thanks, Steve. Good night, down, everybody.
I had to get back in Taquan's good graces. The one and only one he'll get up on screen. No, I just don't like it.
We'll be coming live next week from Florida Detention Center.
I'll have Ming break us out. I just don't. I just don't like. Would I normally get excited about a tag team of AJ Styles and Dragon Lee at some point in my life? Potentially, but like AJ's going to retire in 6-7 months.
Feel like bad.
Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing now?
As Donald always say, resume check.
The resume check. He didn't need to resume check this.
But hasn't he been a tag team champ already?
He was, but I think I saw something this week. I forget what belt it is. He needs to win one more title, and then he's a double Grand Slam champion. I forget which mid-card belt it is.
Resume checking everybody before they retire.
Yeah. You ready for Cena to defeat Dom over there, Donald?
It ain't gonna happen. Well, it can happen, and then Dom's trajectory is just Rumble winner and then WrestleMania main event.
You know that's already in place for Sammy. I'm sorry.
Chris, what's your Mount Rushmore?
Mine this week is something new. It started a couple weeks ago, it looked like, but I just found out about this week. It's a new promotion on YouTube called WXM, Wrestling Extreme Mania. The interesting thing here is it's the money. The money is there. It's an all Indian promotion. Check it out on YouTube. It's free. Right as of this morning, they just put the 3rd episode on to crown their champion. Each episode's about a half hour, but I'll tell you what, production value on this, like, was awesome.
Is that the Great Khali's promotion?
No. So Jinder Mahal's tied in with it.
Yeah, see now.
Jinder and Kalisto were like the 2 names that I knew on it. A lot of young Indian talent, a lot of European talent on there as well. It's not going to be weekly right now. Like, they kind of, I guess, taped an episode and a couple episodes, and then they're just releasing it sporadically. But check it out. Like,
Chris is so sick of mainstream wrestling that he's watching a brand new Indian wrestling promotion that is literally halfway around the world just to get away from North American based pro wrestling.
It might just be North America, period. But like honestly, I was watching it and I'm like, this is the production value that TNA should be at, and it's not.
If Chris comes in next week with a Curryman costume on, you know where we're going with this.
So they do have, and Jason, for you especially, they have an English announce team and a Hindi announce team. So Jason, you can watch it. YouTube gives you the English announce team.
Man, the way you put that over, I hope they gave us some monetary, funds for that.
Yeah, can we get a WXM? We will be the only podcast that breaks down WXM wrestling. So and our second largest demographic as far as listening to this pod is India. So we have an in. Let's utilize it. WXM weekly wrap-up show. We'll break it down after each episode and go from there.
What does the WXM stand for?
Wrestling Extreme Mania. I'm not sure where that came from, but
Western wrestling. Key word from the WWE.
Now I'm scared to type in WXM into my YouTube algorithm with everything else that's been up there from WCW.
Yeah, it's only been about a half hour, and I think I saw today's was a half hour. I'll check that out. But this was the third episode this week. So
how did you even come across this?
Something on Instagram. I think it might have been Jinder Mahal or somebody that I follow on there, and it got tagged on there, and I was like, I'll take a look at this.
Check this out.
I thought I was like, I'll go see what it is, and they had 2 episodes on YouTube, so I figured, they were both a half hour. I was like, that's an hour of wrestling. Like,
it's all you need, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like what TNA's like right now, set up with like younger talent, indie style. But again, the production value is what kind of caught my eye on it. Just like this was something that I wasn't expecting.
All right. Well, there you have it. Tune in for our WXM coverage coming soon to the airways, where we break down the newly formed Indian wrestling promotion covered by the Dumb Marks podcast.
That'll just be Chris's segment. Sorry.
I'll jump in there with you, Chris. I'll pull them up and watch and see where we're at. There.
Seems like that'll keep them around.
Donald, your Mount Rushmore this week.
My Mount Rushmore goes to Bandito and Rainmaker on Dynamite. They had a good match, nice, good technical match. No interference or anything like that. I was extremely happy with it for what they did.
You said no interference. That's like a breath of fresh air.
That's all I needed.
I'll look back
again. I didn't need to count heavily afterwards.
As good as the match was, it's like you're continuing to carry something over from the pay-per-view.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That should have ended at the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
So, was what it was. My Mount Rushmore this week is just tag team wrestling. You had Jason already talked about, the tag team match from Raw with AJ and Dragon Lee against the Judgment Day. You had, Takeshita and Okada versus Rodito, the Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express or Luchasaurus and Jungle Jack Perry. You can have the Ops in Hurt Syndicate before the Demand came in. Like tag team wrestling this week for me was the bright spot out of everything, because I saw a lot of stuff that makes tag team wrestling, in my opinion, the best form of wrestling to watch. So
no OTM love, no hang and tag love.
No, that's yeah. I don't like how Hank and Tank have just been fed after being tag team champs.
And no team is all of a sudden getting pops.
Yeah. But I'm really hoping that this is maybe a turning spot for tag team wrestling. The AEW Women's Tag Tournament was announced, although that could already hit a
Man.
freaking roadblock because allegedly or reportedly this morning, Penelope Ford, it came out, either dislocated her elbow or broke her arm on Dynamite.
Yeah, they didn't catch her.
Landing on the moonsault. So her and Megan Bain, obviously, there, that could be something.
You already know who's winning that tournament.
Who's that?
The one that's collecting the belts.
Athena and Mercedes.
Athena and Mercedes, yeah. They're your champs right there.
They'll beat Tony and Mina in the finals.
I saw the bracket. I didn't remember but yeah.
The only team that makes no sense is Rio and Alex Windsor. It's like we just needed an 8th team, so we'll grab 2 people out of the back. But yeah. And then outside of that, I know you guys are going to hate me for saying this, but I enjoyed the Mercedes Moné, Harley Cameron, Statlander cake faceplant segment that was on Dynamite. Like that's like
it was entertainment.
Yeah, that's like pro wrestling entertainment 101 is cake in the face, right? Like you're just, and they did it in a way where it was like Mercedes was cringe because, she's out there doing her celebration for the 14th time. She celebrates after every title win. Harley had the puppet and was mocking Mercedes. Mercedes takes the puppet and slams the puppet into the cake initially, right? So now Puppet Monet got cake on her face. She drags Harley out, and as she pulls Harley out from underneath the table, Statlander was underneath the table too, put Mercedes on her shoulders, and then face planted her into the cake through the table. So done really well. Which led to a great backstage segment with Athena coming up to Mercedes, still face covered in cake, to pair them 2 up as a tag team and tell her it's time for minion training, as she has yellow cake paint icing all over her face. So
look at Steve talking good about AEW.
Where's the scuttlebutt for Mercedes taking pictures with cake on the face? Rhea got shit for taking pictures with the blue face, the blue Smurf. She caught hell all week.
Well, Mercedes was out there having Beast Morto send cease and desist letters to everybody that posted a picture. So telling them to pull it down off the internet right now.
This isn't a mush, but so you have Mercedes booked to win the ROH interim championship when you knew Red Velvet is coming back a week later. Oh, you already knew she was cleared?
Look, at some point you're going to have the downfall of Ultimo Monet.
Yep.
And it's going to be a where in the world is Mercedes, like where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, where she's just in all these different indie promotions around the world losing titles. I again, I don't understand a lot of the booking decisions by Tony Khan and what he's doing. Like, yeah, ROH is just, I don't even consider ROH a thing anymore. Like, I really don't. As excited as I was when Tony Khan bought it and what it could have been.
Yep.
And the delineation, the separation, you could have had ROH, AEW crossover pay-per-views. Like you could have done 1,000 different things than what he's done with it.
Yep.
And to make it mean absolutely nothing is
Ring of Honor dark. That's all it is.
It's a shame.
No.
So, all right. Those were our Mount Rushmores and mushes of the week in pro wrestling. Hit us up on all social media and let us know who was your Mount Rushmore and your mush of the week. With that being said, let's get into some predictions here. Halloween Havoc tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, I do believe, on the Cock Peacock. That is.
On the cock, something different.
That'll be a breath of fresh air.
On the cock is a breath of fresh air. Right.
Yep.
Here you go, like a Mentos. There you go. Get into this card. 6 matches. Break it all down. Let's go.
All right, let's get into the tag match first. Javon and Leon versus Mr. Iguana and La Parca.
The shock and awe and excitement on Javon and Leon's faces on Tuesday night when Mr. Iguana's music hit and that popped up on the Tron. I was like, again, this is like pro wrestling entertainment 101. Like, I don't need a whole bunch of story going into this match.
But it should be a good match.
It is what it is, and it should be a good match. As much as I want to see Leon and Javon continue to fight forever in singles, having them two team up as a tag team is a tag team that I didn't know I needed in my life, but I'm definitely excited to watch. I'll go Javon and Leon.
Yeah, they're not losing. Javon and Leon.
Same. Going with Javon and Leon.
Javon and Leon. They might win the Raw chat titles.
The continuation of the Americanization of AAA from AAA continues
It's AAA.
by having AAA guys do the jobs.
All right, moving on to the NXT Women's North American Championship. Zarya standing in for Soul versus Blake Monroe.
Again, this is the whole Seth knee injury angle now just makes people question everything. Like, people were going back and forth all week on the internet. Look, she wasn't injured. This is what this is a work. I don't know. I don't see if it is a work, I don't see the angle. Like, why have Soul do this? It just doesn't make sense. Unless they and this is going to be deep diving into the conspiracy theory bag, but unless they didn't want to have Soul lose to Blake to keep Soul looking strong because she's supposed to be called up on the main roster, she's thought of very highly. So give Zarya the championship with this fake knee injury angle. Let Zarya drop the belt to Blake.
Then why not just strip Soul?
I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm spitballing here, deep diving. But either way, the glamour of Blake Monroe is walking away with this title tonight.
Doing this is really making me think that they might keep the belt with them, like with Soul and Zarya. I thought going in Blake was taking the title, but now like I keep going back and forth on this. Like, it's like, okay, why are you gonna have her defend it? Because of that, like, just strip her of the title if Blake's gonna win it, and then
so they're gonna
match for it.
So they Freebird rolled a singles title, and
yeah,
and then the match is gonna be Soul versus Zarya because they're mad at each other. Zarya thinks she's the champ, but Soul's like, hey, I'm like the quarterback. I can't lose my job to injury. You're the backup. I'm healthy again, so give me my spot back. But Zarya's gonna be like, no, I'm like Mac Jones. I'm 4-1, Brock Purdy. Keep sitting on the bench. I'm the quarterback now. And that's what we're doing. Like, that's the story we're going with.
That's how I feel. Like the way she snatched the belt and had a little power trip, I feel like that's the way they're gonna go.
Man, AI is.
I was gonna say, let's see what AI brings up.
What are we doing?
That's a recurring question on NXT too.
Yeah, that is. I'm going with
I was gonna say I'm going with Zarya.
Sorry.
I didn't even know that Stevie Ray did that.
Are you even old enough to remember that?
No.
I'm going Blake. Yeah, and then I'm thinking of I was thinking about the conspiracy thing too. Like this is the way to finally put the rift between Zarya and Soul, because they've been teasing that for too long, and they need something to happen. So take the title away.
This is a very poorly done rift, if that's the case.
But if she is heading to the main roster, gotta do something quick.
I guess so.
To do what on the main roster?
Be the
Job it.
take Julia's belt.
See that footnote. See Julia. Steve, did you say you were going with Blake?
Yeah, I'm going Blake.
All right, we're gonna go into the Broken Rules match, Jason's match of the night. Broken Hardys versus Dark State.
Why did you remind me? Because this was my mush the whole week.
I know you're anticipating this one.
Oh God, man, give me a Dark State. No way I'm picking it.
So I was going with Dark State because I thought this was just going to be the match that, the Hardys hand back the titles over, and then they added the Broken Rules. So I don't know if this is going to be a cinematic match or if they're just going to do something in the arena. But
the original deletion was 9 years ago. 9 years ago. And 9 years later, we're getting another deletion match.
Yeah. So if it is full cinematic, Hardys aren't losing it.
I've been excited for the return of the Ultimate Deletion type matches before. This version, I have no excitement for and do not want to see. I think the Hardys should have retired with the Dudleys after their Bound for Glory match, and both of them should have just hung it up and walked out of the arena together.
Whatever the Hardys contract is left, it needs to be done after that.
I'm going with the Hardys. They're not gonna lose. Brother Nero and Broken Matt Hardy aren't gonna lose to Dark State.
Dark State. I want the titles back to the promotion they belong to.
Got 2 and 2. All right. The NXT Women's Championship, JC versus Tatum.
I actually think we see a title change here. I don't know why. Everything about it says no, but there's just some.
That's probably why.
Yeah, there's just some inkling in me that says they're gonna pull this trigger and have somebody out of left field that nobody thought would beat JC be the one to beat JC, even though Fatal Influence just got a new member and they're back, like actually looking like a legitimate group again. I don't know why. I can't even tell you why.
Did they absorb the Elegance brand?
Yeah, I mean, from the promos on Tuesday night, just I don't know, man. It just seems, like I said, I can't even give you a true explanation on why I'm picking Tatum, and that's probably going to be wrong, but I'm going Tatum.
Jason, we know your pick.
Oh yeah, I already picked. Yeah, Jason. Yeah, he's not losing. I love Tatum, but JC.
Steve, I'm with you. The past few matches, I've really thought they might have taken the title off JC. Like I've been expecting that. So this one, I'm not. Like I don't feel like it is. So I kind of see where you're coming from. That all signs point to no, but it could happen just to change things up. But my pick's going to be JC.
I'm picking Tatum. NXT needs some shock and awe to happen right now. Just wrestling in general, stuff is just too statusy right now. So this is my shock and awe title change.
When did she beat Stephanie?
May.
I was gonna say had to have been around there. I wasn't sure if it was stand and deliver or if it was after.
So you're looking at like what, a 5-6 month run? Yeah, it's time for a change.
All right, moving on. Day of the Dead match for the NXT North American Championship. Ethan Page versus Leo Dr. Wagner Jr.
Is this title versus title?
Just North American that I saw.
and they're going to spin the wheel to make the deal, like old school.
Oh, is that how they're doing it?
Match? I don't know, or is this just a Day of the Dead match and the stipulation's already there?
I think it's just Day of the Dead.
I thought that was just the stipulation.
Yeah. See, if you do Halloween Havoc, you have to bring the wheel out for at least one match.
You don't have
to. Send no Shotzi.
I'll go Ethan. I don't see them putting the NXT title on El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. But you want to talk about shock and awe, having a AAA champion hold the NXT title is no different than, an NXT person having the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Mm-hmm. So Ethan's on just too good of a run right now. But if he loses, that could be that call up, Chris, to where they move Ethan up and partner him back up with Chelsea and do something on the main roster there.
AAA they got to get a win somewhere here, so I'm gonna pick it here.
I'm going with Ethan. I kind of wish, Steve, that this match was for both titles, because Ethan still would have been my pick. Like, he's just, like you said, he's just on too good of a run. He is the reason to tune into NXT for me a lot of the time for the men's side. So yeah, I'm going with Ethan Page one.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Ethan to retain. He's too good right now.
And finally, the NXT Championship, Ricky Saints versus Trick Williams.
I think Tuesday night was the first time that Ricky Starks showed up in an NXT ring. And I thought he was going to be so far into the character that when he said his name at the end, he was going to say Starks instead of Saints.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
But that whole segment, when you're looking at Ricky Saints, that's the reason why he's as popular as he is. That's the reason why he was over in the NWA. That's the reason why he got over in AEW. That's also the reason why he got benched in AEW. But the man is just charisma to the 10th degree. And when he gets into that mode, his in-ring work normally elevates as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what Trick has been doing lately. I think Trick is on a really good run himself. But it's time for Trick to move on, in my opinion. I know you're supposedly losing Oba up, but there's not much else Trick can do, and having him become, a third-time NXT champion isn't going to do anything. Have Ricky win here. Trick can go away. This be his swan song, and we're off and running in the Ricky Saints era of NXT.
It was good to see Trick get his match. It's like his equal on charisma in that promo there. Like he had somebody to go back and forth with. So you haven't seen that in a while. But give me Ricky.
I'm going Ricky. I don't see him taking the title off of him. But it's like, Steve, what you're saying with Trick, if you don't move him soon,
you're going to lose it.
To me, that says that you have no faith in him on the main roster at all. So what's your plan for him? Just to stay in NXT and be a lifer there? Or you just eventually release him? So it's like, you got to at least try and do something different.
Hey, I got that.
Don't worry, they'll do the remix to whoop that Trick.
Yeah, I'm going Ricky. Yeah, he was trembling during that during that segment when he was getting into it.
All right, match of the night. We know Jason, Broken Rules match.
Slater, Iguana, and Javon.
I'm going Ethan and Dr. Wagner Jr.
I'm going JC and Tatum.
I'm going Ethan and Dr. Wagner. So, hopefully it's a good show. I kept thinking it was tomorrow. They've been doing Sunday events for so long with NXT. I didn't even realize it was tonight.
Yeah, and this week college football is slated and laid out as far as good matchups go. So it's gonna have some stiff competition to go up against as far as time slot goes. World Series game 2 is on as well, so it you know,
a lot then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it got collision.
all right. Let's do some quick hitters here. We'll scrap the game this week. We'll do some quick hitters. Hold that one. Hold that one in the tuck, Chris. Just for something to have.
What am I talking?
You know what to talk. Two things for me, in addition to what we had already covered, and they kind of tie in together. But David Atunga, who is an actual lawyer from Harvard, came out and spoke this week in regards to the non-compete clause with Andrade and some of the legalities and this and that. So again, it's something that is going to play out. Allegedly now WWE is keeping him on ice because they want to bring him back. There's so much misinformation out here regarding this situation. I have no idea.
Sure.
But the thing that popped up in addition to this non-compete, Samantha Irvin made an announcement earlier in the week that she has 1 year left on her non-compete. And I'm like, wait, she had a 2-year non-compete?
I think that was because of her contract, though.
She left early, so
Yeah.
So
I think
they had
a contract.
So they said you can leave your contract early, but you can't do anything on TV wise in a wrestling perspective for 2 years because that's how much time was left on your deal.
Probably. Kind of like what they did with Regal.
it's a wrestling business.
Yeah.
Those are some crazy terms. And then lastly for me, WWE announced since they pulled the WrestleMania from New Orleans next year, they gave back the pity party to New Orleans and announced that Money in the Bank will take place on September 6th in
Why
New
so
Orleans.
late? I saw that.
So no June or July Money in the Bank, September Money in the Bank this year.
So this was actually already announced. They had previously announced it for New Orleans, but they announced it for August, end of August. So this announcement. They pushed it back like a week later.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that original. I just saw that the official September 6th announcement. So
that's going to seem
when they announced it. But
that's going to seem weird. After SummerSlam, you got Money in the Bank. That's like real too close to Rumble. You know.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're doing it at least a week later because it's like you're gonna have SummerSlam and Money in the Bank in the same month. Like that made no sense to me. So
I like it because you have this, like we're in a law period. You have something for it. I just don't like that you shorten the contract time from 1 full year to.
Well, not necessarily. You can still keep it a
still
year.
the whole year.
It's right. Okay, yeah.
So instead of getting your WrestleMania cash-ins, now it's a SummerSlam cash-in. So you're just flipping the script in that regards there. But
because they're doing the King of the Ring stuff, King and Queen before SummerSlam now. So it's like you were doing Money in the Bank, then that.
So you take away a guaranteed option.
So I think they're going to keep the option for King and Queen, and then for SummerSlam, then you got Money in the Bank after that.
So there's a gap between each big pay-per-view.
So somebody could win Money in the Bank and then win Rumble. So I'm guaranteed 2 title shots.
And that hasn't been done yet.
That AI, boy.
Look at
Cody Rhodes. Look at Cody Rhodes. Look at Cody out there winning Money in the Bank and then the Rumble for the 3rd year in a row. Now he's going to wrestle. He's going to wrestle both nights and officially
take those titles.
Everybody in pro wrestling will turn on Cody Rhodes.
What do we always say? They always steal each other's stuff. MJF gets 2 title shots. Now WWE has to do 2 title shots.
I made event night 1 with my Rumble win. And you know what? I'm cashing in night 2.
Oh shit, I lost that match?
I'm taking both titles.
I lost the match. Let's start this over again. You got anything else, Steve? I got 2 if you don't.
No, I'm done on quick hitters. That's all for me.
2 things I saw. So TNA is going live next week or next month in Full Sail again, and their ticket prices are very much WWE influenced now. So when we went to TNA here over the summer, and whenever I had gone to Full Sail earlier in the year, it was $80 for like first couple row seats. So I sat second row, $80. Now Full Sail second row is $165. And they're doing Impact Live next night, I think Turning Point or something, and then a taping Impact. So 3 nights. If you want for that same seat altogether, it's over $500. Why are we doing the WWE prices here for TNA?
Money, 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 money.
Like that was the thing that they had going for them to get people in, was the family friendly type pricing.
Bro, even $80 was a lot for TNA.
People still gonna pay.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
People will, but
As
at the same
And they're gonna just keep raising the price.
Yep. Like in the same calendar year, like what was that, June that we went?
Mm-hmm.
But almost 3-4 months later, they doubled the price in that short amount of time. Like that's just insane. And the last one, which kind of impacts us, YouTube TV's deal with ESPN expires this week on October 30th, and the big thing with this is Disney's trying to get them to sign on for the ESPN Unlimited plan. So we might be seeing that soon for those of us that have YouTube TV.
Or those of us that have YouTube TV are going to lose ESPN and ABC, or
we might lose it for a little bit, but
or YouTube TV is going to go up another $10 a month. At which point, I think I would officially just cancel my YouTube TV subscription and not even get
Anything.
Like, I'm sorry, YouTube TV. When I signed up for it, I think all in top tier package was, after taxes and fees, I think I want to say it was like maybe $60 or $65.
Yeah, I think mine
was when I cut cable.
Yeah.
And my cable was $230 some a month. And to go from that to 65 was like, yes, breath of fresh air. Now for YouTube TV, I'm probably at 100 or a little over 100 after taxes and fees per month. And it's like, you know,
but the
HBO Max announced that they're raising prices again.
Yep.
Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Disney's raising prices again. You know, this stupid $30 per month for ESPN. Like, all this shit keeps going up and up and up. And eventually I'm literally going to be left with maybe 4 things, maybe 3 or 4 things. And I'm just not gonna, I'm gonna catch it up by reading about it. And that's gonna be the end of it. Like, I'm not gonna shell out all this money for piss poor stuff.
So this week was the first time I actually tested this out. Because usually the past couple of years, ESPN Plus has been how I was watching the Penguin games, using the Surfshark VPN. Go to dumbmarkspod.com and click that Surfshark link. And it worked. So I still only have the Disney bundle with ESPN Plus, and it still works that I can still watch that. So I was happy to see that I didn't need the ESPN Unlimited plan to be able to watch that.
I know Chris is serious when he got the paper out. Like, yeah. Once Chris pulls the pen or the paper out and starts pointing, you know it's serious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just, I'm not. Yeah.
Then going into that, they talked about the WWE deal with ESPN. They say not that many subscribers came over that they were planning.
Hey, you got bamboozled. You got hoodwinked.
Yep.
You got fleeced.
That was everything I had, though.
Yeah, Nick Khan pulled an Omar Khan in the Real Wrestling business and Bears for a 2nd round pick. And that's what he did to ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you one thing though. Look, and this is for a shoot. ESPN right now is in a very tough spot. and they need to drastically change what they are doing, or else ESPN is not going to make it. Based off of this whole app not being a success and people not ponying up the money for it, etc., based on their regularly scheduled programming, some of the other options that are out there now, this NBA deal, take the betting and all that shit that broke this week out of it. But when you look at the NBA coverage and what Amazon Prime did for their pregame show and everything else the other night, I mean, these other streaming platforms that are getting into sports rights businesses are using ex-athletes, and they're breaking down and giving you actual game by game details, sports nuance stuff, the stuff that made ESPN stand out initially from the field. And ESPN is just throwing talking heads out there that just want to argue all day long. So yeah, you brought over Shaq, Kenny, and Ernie and Charles, but that's not going to get you but so much. They need to really go back and revamp everything, or else ESPN, from the worldwide leader in sports, is going to be in a very tough situation.
I really think at some point in the next couple of years, we'll see exactly what Disney was doing before. Like, because now you're seeing Hulu being completely integrated into Disney Plus, and Hulu app standalones going away. I see at some point it's all in one. Like completely, like there won't be an ESPN app. It's just all in one Disney app.
You're having your cake and you're eating it too. You're getting people to pay this bundle for ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, and you're raising prices there. Then you put out this ESPN app that's charging another $30. So if you add those two together, you're at like $50-$60.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what am I getting? What am I getting? So, yeah, but crazy stuff there. All right, anybody got anything else before we wrap up?
Good.
Nope.
All right, appreciate you guys for hopping on to episode 262 of the Dumb Marks Podcast. Hit us up on all social media platforms at DumbMarksPod. Email the show at dumbmarkspod@gmail.com. Head over to prowrestlingtees.com/dumbmarkspod. Pick yourself up some merch. Give you a live shout out on air. Email the show at dumbmarkspod@gmail.com for your constructive criticisms and feedback. We love to interact and engage with you guys as much as possible and bring you the best pro wrestling content there is. With that being said, do I have a quote of the week this week? Should have prepared a little bit better for this. I think I may be able to pull something out of the hat here.
Remember, be yourself.
So, this week's quote of the week, to stay positive: your dream deserves more than part-time effort. Your dream deserves more than part-time effort. And with that being said, I'm a Mark, you're a Mark, tell a Mark. Until next time, y'all can catch us around the way.